Homer was in the middle of talking when suddenly his words started coming out all garbled.
Why is my tongue swelling up? What is this rash?
Oh my gosh!
Turns out he was allergic to the carnauba wax on the furniture. Since they couldn't stay there anymore, they had no choice but to crash at his dad Abe's place. That meant he ended up sharing a room with his brother Calvin. Abe was all sweetness and light with Calvin, but with Homer, it was nothing but snide remarks and grumpy jabs. This lit a fire of jealousy in Homer, and the two started bickering. They hadn't even traded a half-dozen barbs when Calvin clamped a mousetrap onto Homer's leg and formally declared war. And just like that, their feud was on. When Calvin was in the shower, Homer snuck in and cranked the water to ice cold, making him yowl like a stuck pig. Then, when it was Homer's turn to bathe, Calvin chucked a toy alligator in, scaring him so bad he bolted out stark naked. Homer, seething, grabbed a wrench and tore off Calvin's bike handlebars. Calvin upped the ante by yanking the steering wheel right off Homer's car. The one-upmanship got dirtier. While Calvin slept, Homer dipped his hand in ice water, nearly making him wet the bed. When Homer woke up, there were antlers strapped to his head, sending him careening around the house like a lunatic. Even in the car, they'd egg each other on, seeing who could hold their breath longer. Both turned purple, teetering on the edge of passing out, but they wouldn't quit. Once, Homer was so riled he snatched Calvin's crown and plopped it on his own head. Abe, mistaking him for Calvin, gave him a soft pat on the head. It was the first time in his life he'd felt that kind of warmth from his dad. Homer wouldn't let it go. He got Calvin to pretend to be him and go talk to Abe, but Abe laid into Homer the second he opened his mouth, ripping into him so hard Calvin was left tongue-tied.
You nothing!